Hey folks, I am once again coming to you from my kitchen table, and today we are taking a look at Kre-O Micro Changer Combiners Predaking. And the box is the standard box. It is actually pretty darn small. Just standard box. So let's go ahead and open them up and take a look. So here we have the robot modes of Dive Bomb, Torox, Razor Claw, and Headlock. Now, for those of you of G1 fans know, this guy is not Headlock, he's Headstrong, and that's not Torox, but Tantrum. I don't know why they named it, they probably could not get the copyrights. Oh well. The robot modes are okay, they're cute, they're, dare I say, cuddly, except for the giant Bowie knife that Torox and Headlock seem to be carrying. Those knives are, rather, well, they're big. And then there's a giant katana sword carried by Razor Claw. Overall, I like the robot modes. They're okay. They're not bad at all, but they all do kind of look similar, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and get on to the beast modes. Alright folks, here are the beast modes, which I have to admit are pretty silly. Especially Dive Bombs. I mean, look at that. He's just sitting down. He doesn't really have any reason to get up. He's just sitting down. Oh. And here's Torax's beast mode. Razor Claw. Now I will admit, Razor Claw, his mane is made of cloth. That is a very, very cool addition. So there's Razor Claw and Headlock. So given what the designers had to work with, I think they actually succeeded rather well-ish, considering what all they had to work with was. So let's go ahead and look at the combine mode. Alright, so I have broken everything down, and I have two different piles going here. One of the figures and one of the extra bits. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to grab a 4-piece and one of the bodies, and he is just going to sit right down on it. Like that. And then we are going to take two of these circular pieces and two of these little gun-like pieces and combine them, put them together, and then put them on his feet. So we'll just attach those to his feet like so. Alright, next up we've got one of these pieces. So if you haven't guessed, we're forming a leg here. That, and that. And forming these guys up isn't hard. It's just a little bit, just a little bit of work involved. So we got that, and then that goes right on top like that. And that is a foot. Now, you will notice that this foot, it looks significantly different than, say, Superion or Bruticus, because it is. It's going to be a much smaller footprint, literally a much smaller footprint. Alright, so that's one of the legs. Put him off to the side. Getting ready for the other leg. So we are going to grab one of the other guys, put him on a little 4 cube, and then get another one of these going. Oh, I'm going to get the toes first, get pieces for the toes, and then we'll get the pieces for the head as well. Oh, where did I put those spiky pieces? There they are. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these together. Like that. Peg in. Peg in. Peg that there. And peg that there. And then add a horn. Oops. Now these horns are very, very, very soft plastic. And here we have another leg. So there we have two of the legs ready to go. So we're going to get started on the torso now. And what I've done here is I've taken the next couple of steps and just spread out all the different pieces for these next few steps. They're going to go pretty quickly. So we'll start with this piece, and then we drop that and that. So one step, and we'll go this piece to this piece, put those together like that. And this guy will peg in here. So these guys are together like that. And then this will drop down on top of that. So we get this section. And then we have these wing pieces, which will... And then these wings will connect to this backpack section, like that. So if we can get everything curved. All right. So then we will take some torsos. Torsos. And for the bottom, or this black part will be the top torso, so we have to pop his arms off. Put that off to the side. Drop these guys onto each other, turn them around, put this guy's arms out, and drop this section down onto it like that. So put that there. Then starting up a new section, which I believe is going to be the chest piece. Take these two pieces and put them together like this. Come on. Then take these pieces and create that and peg them together like this. And now we're going to finish up the torso. So we'll take the piece we just assembled, take the little cloth mane and try and slip that over the top and put a head on it. And then add the lion head, which, I'll be honest, that doesn't look like much of a lion head to me. Now, does it to you? Alright, so we'll drop this onto the torso, and then add a head to tamp it all down. So there we go. And then add the helmet, like that. And here we have a torso! Next, we're going to make the legs really quickly. So all we do is take these orange pieces and attach them, or put them together like this. And then we attach these upper leg pieces to the thigh section, like that. Then we can attach these to the legs, like that. And drop the body onto it, like that. Next up, the arms. Alright, so for putting together the arm, we're going to grab the upper arm section here, drop this little black piece on top of it, then attach a head and a helmet, or Dive Bomb's helmet. I don't know why he has a severed head on his arm, but okay. Then for the bottom part, I'm going to take that, this piece on top, take these little talon pieces, and they're going to peg into the bottom of the legs here, like this. Just getting these in is a little bit tricky. Then take the sword and plug that into the hole, like that. Plug that into the forearm, and plug the forearm into the upper arm like that. And here we have an arm. And I gotta say, with the addition of the little claw bits, I think that's the most detailed arm that the Kre-O is going to get. Alright, for the other arm we are going to do the exact same thing. Black piece on top of the gray piece, then put a head on it, and put the helmet on, And make sure, now, according to the directions, you're supposed to have them pointing up, but according to the actual box, you want to have them pointing down, which makes more sense. So then for the arm part, that's just kind of the upper arm and shoulder. So to start off with, we will take section here, pick that, and then add the big arse gun like that. Then drop the little guy there, put a gun in his hand, and I've already added the talons to the bottom. So we will have an arm like that. And he will have a gun. He will have 2 guns. And if you want, something that I thought of earlier is you could actually swap out the little claws and put in the knives. So I'll show you that really quickly. The knives do fit loosely in the bottom of the feet on the Kre-Ons. So you can put the knives instead of the little claws there. And actually, I think that looks pretty cool. But I'm going to go with the claws because I think the claws look better. Kre-O Predaking does look very, very cool. And I like him a lot because he's the most color-wise, he is the most dynamic so far. Bruticus is cool, don't get me wrong. But Superion is just kind of black, white, and red all over. But Predaking looks freaking awesome. The orange, the red, the black, just, it all works together really well. Now, that being said, there are a few minor issues with this guy. The biggest problem with this guy is the fact that he's not very stable. His feet are very, very small. So just a tap will move him or cause him to fall over. He has the same posability as the other 2, or all of them, so he's got plenty of posability. Just be forewarned about that. Or what you could do is replace these little 4 square pieces with an 8 rectangle. In fact, that might be the best option. There is clearance here. That would give him heels because of the little slight back heaviness because of the wings and this piece right here. That would give him heels to support him, and I think it would just look a little better in general. But overall, I'm really happy with the Predaking. I think the Predaking is my favorite of the group so far. He just looks really cool. Plus, the extra talon bits at the ends of the arms for fingers really add something that I think these micro-combiners are missing. So here are all 3 of the guys together: Superion, Predaking, and Bruticus. Bruticus is still my favorite, and that's because in all of the different modes, in combine mode, in bot mode, and in vehicle modes, he's the most dynamic and he works the best, I think. Then Predaking. I really like the Predaking set. I think the robot modes are okay. The beast modes, given what the designers had to work with, are actually pretty good. But the stability problems with those feet is a big issue. And Superion brings up the rear simply because he's kind of boring in bot and plane modes. His combined mode is great, don't get me wrong. This combined mode is a lot of fun. I really like the combined mode, but the individual modes, not so much. These 2 guys, though, are much, much better. But if you can only buy just one, I'd still say go with the Bruticus. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think you're going to have a problem with any of these. If you can only find one of them, you're still going to be pretty happy, I think. I'm personally leaving these guys combined. I like them best combined. That's the way I'm going to display them. But hey, whatever you want to do, go right ahead and do it. So, guys, I'll catch you next time. Like I said, I got these all from BigBadToyStore.com. I suggest you go there and take a look.